You men are both champions. You received my instructions in the dressing room. Obey my commands. Protect yourselves at all times, men. Touch gloves now, you're boxing to bail. God bless you both.
Michael Griffin with the final instructions as we take a look at the tail of the tape. A slight height and reach advantage for the southpaw Marcus Browne, and indeed an experience advantage as well, but Beterbiev, the lineal light heavyweight champion, putting that title on the line here in our main event. Corey Erdman and Steve Molitor on the call for you here tonight. Artur Beterbiev in the black trunks, Marcus Browne, the southpaw, in the red, white, and blue.
Marcus Browne popping that jab early from the southpaw stance. He's going to let he wants to let Beterbiev know that he's going to keep that jab on, to try to keep him at bay, and not let Beterbiev get any sort of confidence to keep applying pressure to him.
And I think that the conceit with Beterbiev in the early rounds is that he might lose some of them, but that doesn't mean that he's losing control of the fight. Because we have seen Beterbiev not give away rounds in the early going, but have a less than extraordinary punch output as he's just applying physical and mental pressure in the early going.
Exactly, Corey. He may lose the round on the scorecard, but he's winning it in the fight. He's breaking him down, he's walking his opponents down, applying pressure, landing body shots, landing head shots, landing arm shots. He's slowly breaking his opponent down the way he likes to do.
Let him go. Listen to my break.
Marcus Browne has said that Derek James hasn't changed a whole lot when it comes to his approach, but I feel like they have tidied some things up. There's a good body shot from Browne a moment ago.
Well, going into the biggest fight of his life, I don't think he'd want to make too many changes, Corey. I think a few fine touches wouldn't help, wouldn't hurt, but I don't think he would make too many changes, so hopefully that's the case here tonight from Marcus Browne.
Shot down the middle there from Marcus Browne. And one of the mistakes that Browne has made in the past, and he would admit it, and I'm sure everyone can see it, is that he likes to throw to the body, but sometimes when he pulls out, he pulls straight back. And those are the 3 times that Jean Pascal caught him, and it's the same shot that he's been caught with in previous fights as well. He gets plugged with some rough stuff along the ropes.
And being a southpaw versus an orthodox, it's the last thing you want to do is pull back straight, and then line for the right hand. And that's what happened in his previous fights, and he does not want to do that against a big puncher like Beterbiev here tonight. But so far, he's slipped out of those hooks nice, and he's been not staying straight in line in front of Beterbiev.
Marcus Browne, or a supporter of Marcus Browne, this is how you would like this fight to look.
Absolutely. Marcus Browne is boxing brutally from the outside, but it's still very, very early. We know Beterbiev doesn't get off to crazy fast starts, and he slowly likes to just stalk his opponent, break him down, and he made nothing new for the first round for Artur Beterbiev. So they've clearly done their homework, as you would assume for a unification world title fight.
Round 2 begins of our main event here. Looking for another body shot, then rifling about 9 of them in the clinch. Browne has always been a good body puncher, and we often think of fighters who are described as capital B boxers, guys like Marcus Browne, that they must necessarily be counterpunchers. And I've always felt that Browne isn't necessarily a counterpuncher. I've felt that when he's at his best, he's moving, but he's also dictating when the exchanges start. When Browne is at his best, I feel like he's getting off first.
Absolutely. Just because a guy's walking you forward doesn't mean they're being the more aggressive, because when somebody throws and misses and you hit him with a 3 or 4 piece, that's still aggression. Nice jab from Marcus Browne.
Not a lot of of jabs from Beterbiev so far. Perhaps just been nullified here, as is often the case with orthodox fighters against southpaws. Of course, it's not impossible to outjab a southpaw, but Marcus Browne, pretty tricky guy to get your range on.
Tricky guy, fast feet, fast hands. Beautiful drop by Marcus Browne to get out of that corner.
Ducks under a right hand of Beterbiev, comes back with a left hand of his own. The quieter this fight is, the better it is for Marcus Browne.
Absolutely, especially with the crowd that's going to be behind Beterbiev in his first defense in front of his hometown crowd. You know they're going to go wild when he starts landing some good clean shots.
Stand free. Break! No push, no push.
Browne trying to get his respect there on the inside. Shoe shine body work, now back to his jab.
Very good, Artur. Corbus.
Final 10 seconds of round 2. Not a lot happening, but Marcus Browne, the busier fighter, certainly landed more shots here in the second round, and you'd have to think that's 2 rounds in the bank for the challenger.
Box.
Round 3 underway, and this isn't unusual territory for Artur Beterbiev, as we've referenced. And although he dropped Adam Dinas in the opening round, he didn't look great in the early going against Dinas. He looked a little sluggish. He didn't look great in the early going against Enrico Kolding either. But Beterbiev typically, not typically, has always found his opening 100% of the time, as is evidenced by his record.
You can't do that every time.
But there are some who feel like Beterbiev has started to slip a little bit, like he might be on the back 9 of his career. And there's those people who think that Marcus Browne has a very real shot in this fight, and Browne is proving those people right in the early going. Shot there from Beterbiev. A couple signs of life from the champion here in the third round.
Get off his foot. You too, Marcus.
Browne, of course, a part of that 2012 U.S. Olympic team that is just absolutely stacked. 6 fighters from that team have won world titles. Jojo Diaz, Rashi Warren, Jose Ramirez, Errol Spence Jr., his stablemate, Clarissa Shields, and his other stablemate, Jamel Herring. Ramirez, Spence, and Shields have won unified titles. Every single fighter from that team, except for Queen Underwood, has at least fought for a world title as a professional now that Marcus Browne has stepped in the ring here tonight. Just a terrific team was that 2012 squad.
That's a stacked Olympic boxing team.
Good shot there from Beterbiev. That's where Browne has to be careful.
There's a good right hand and then followed up by another good left hook by Beterbiev.
Back up. Box.
In terms of numbers, Browne did the better work there. He had a good combination to the body, but it's exactly those sequences where he's found himself in trouble in the past.
He doesn't want to be leaning against some ropes against a guy like Beterbiev.
Beterbiev now starting to open up.
Beautiful right hand down there. But Browne throwing some heavy shots too and crawling in the backfire there.
Step back.
Browne earning his respect
We'll see if Beterbiev listens to his cornerman.
And more specifically, Scully just said, hey, remember how you didn't want to hit guys to the body, your sparring partners?
Because they're going home.
They're going home. Send this guy home.
Break, stop. No punches, no punches.
Right hand sneaks through there from Beterbiev.
Get off his foot, man.
Couple quick punches by Marcus Browne up the middle there.
And to your point, Steve,
No punches,
Browne finding himself, oh, that is a nasty gash right in the middle of the forehead of Beterbiev, and he is leaking all over the place.
We got unintentional clash of heads.
Yeah, but me. It doesn't matter. It's unintentional.
Both cut.
And Browne
Both men are cut.
sporting a
It's
cut
unintentional clash of heads.
over his right eye as well.
But let me tell you something, you get a head cut there, Corey. The head bleeds so much more. It's just, look at it just squirt out of Beterbiev's head. But Browne, with a cut over his eye, is not going to have an easier night.
Let's go.
That cut is pouring blood from the forehead of Beterbiev. Let's see if we can catch this clash of heads.
Right, no punches.
There it was. He was slipping over to the left.
Don't punch. Let him go. Let him go.
Well, we are back to action.
Listen to my command.
Both corners going to have their work cut out from him in between rounds, Corey.
Russ Anber not in the corner of Artur Beterbiev here tonight, unfortunately, tested positive for COVID. We send our best wishes
to
Russ. As things getting a little messy here on the inside.
Both men may be sensing a little desperation with those cuts.
Right, no punches. No punches.
And to Marcus Browne's credit, he's not letting Beterbiev bully him. He's definitely firing back when things are getting messy on the inside.
If he has any dream of winning this fight, he cannot let Artur Beterbiev bully him around and box, bang him around.
Browne looked like he might have been stuck on the ropes trying to spin out. Beterbiev's corner telling him when Browne goes to the ropes, just bang him to the body. Beterbiev just wearing a crimson mask right now in the final minute of round 4. And Marcus Browne doesn't look all that much better. Hard body shot from Beterbiev as he goes back downstairs with the left hand.
You can just hear the power of Beterbiev when he throws those shots, when they land on the arms or body. You can just hear the noise they make and how strong he is.
Marcus Browne throwing hard shots to the body in response as well. You have to hand it to him. He is trying to stand up to Beterbiev in his kind of fight. We mentioned that the first 2 rounds looked the way that you would want them to if you're supporting Marcus Browne. Well, these are the rounds that look like the kind of fight that Artur Beterbiev wants. There's the possibility that Beterbiev is only being given 1 more round. But of course, it's a clash of heads.
Accidental headbutt, so Corey, I'm not sure the exact rules. Do they go to the scorecards?
Go to the scorecards, yeah. But
well, Browne had a couple good early rounds, but we'll see if there's any desperation from either man.
well, and we've also heard that from ringside physicians many times too. One more round turns into one more round each and every round.
No punches. Don't push his head down.
But he's losing a lot of blood in there, Corey.
Left hand down the middle from Marcus Browne. Beterbiev is pouring blood.
Off his foot, man. Artur, get off his foot.
Michael Griffin warning Beterbiev, don't step on Marcus Browne's foot. As Beterbiev getting other instructions from his corner, which are to go to the body. Good upper body movement there from Marcus Browne, making that a little bit difficult.
This is better work from Beterbiev. This is where he wants to be. He wants to keep his guy trapped in the ropes, not let Marcus Browne swing around and move off the ropes and throw those counter shots.
Off his foot! I want to take a point. You see stepping on his foot.
A beautiful jab by
No punches, no
Beterbiev.
punches. No punches.
Referee Michael Griffin's warning Beterbiev that he's going to take a point if he keeps stepping on his foot. He feels that it's intentional.
I don't know if that's, I'll be honest, I've been in boxing my whole life. I've never heard of that because I've been a southpaw and I've accidentally or on purposely stepped on the foot of an orthodox fighter. And I've never been threatened to get a point taken away. A good little short left hand underneath for Marcus Browne.
Marcus, you can't Marcus. I said, you want to do a little point on that break, man. You got to stop punching.
That's good work from Beterbiev. 3 and 4. Oh, a good right hand by Beterbiev.
20 seconds left to go in the round as Beterbiev
He
finding
landed
some
good right
openings.
hands.
Browne trying to counter off the ropes, but Beterbiev just overwhelming him right now. And Browne just covering up as the seconds tick away. Will they give Beterbiev another round? And look at that, the doctor's not consulted, so we fight on. Round 6 underway. Definitely the best round, the most conclusive round of the fight for Artur Beterbiev.
Absolutely. Like we said earlier, sometimes it takes a little bit to get going. And now he's almost in full throttle here. By the end of that last round, I think getting Marcus Browne a little shook with those overhand rights.
Break, no punches, no punches. Let's go, step back. Watch your heads, guys.
Good left hook from Beterbiev. Freezes Browne along the ropes, who again is in exactly the territory that Beterbiev wants.
That's where Beterbiev wants his fight to be. He'll be most effective in there when Marcus Browne's trapped in the corner. Marcus Browne was successful earlier. He was getting all the way around that ring. I feel when he's backing himself in that corner, he can't go anywhere, and that is an easy night for Beterbiev when he has his opponent stuck in the corner like that.
That right hand from Beterbiev just missed. Might have grazed the top of the head of Marcus Browne, but to your point, Steve, where Browne was a second ago in the center of the ring, that's when he was having his best moments. But when he's trying to counter off the ropes, he's almost banking on the ability to make Beterbiev miss 70% of the time and hurt him with his counters, which is a difficult game plan to enact.
The blood just flowing from Beterbiev's forehead though.
Round 6.
Oh, a beautiful 1-2 by Beterbiev.
He's behind it with a good left hook, and there's that right hand that he just wraps around the guard of Marcus Browne. You saw that shot a moment ago, that kind of hybrid scoop uppercut. That's the shot that Beterbiev's camp calls the Campillo. It's the shot that he knocked Gabriel Campillo out with, and when you hear them call that out, that is what they're asking Beterbiev to throw. Beterbiev leaps in. Leaps in with a jab, comes behind it with a right hand, and Browne barely stays on his feet as this round comes to a close. Right as the bell ends at the end of the round, they run out with the towel and cover up his face. make sure that this fight can continue. Round 7 begins here in our main event. The lineal light heavyweight championship on the line. The champion, Artur Beterbiev,
Get your head out of there. Get your head out of there.
fighting a nasty cut. And fighting a game challenger in Marcus Browne, who has a cut of his own, but not nearly as grotesque as Artur Beterbiev, who at times he's looking like Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 13. He is bleeding quite a bit in there. We've seen that power jab from Beterbiev a couple times over the last 2 rounds as well. Beterbiev was very hesitant to let that jab go in the opening 2 rounds, but he has found it over the last 6 minutes.
I feel that now that Marcus Browne has slowed down a little bit, I feel that he has a little more confidence to throw that power jab and really push Marcus Browne in the corner. So he can unload like he's doing here.
Beterbiev is a tough man to contend with when he feels that he has you hurt. Good shot to the body.
Beautiful left hook to the body.
And a right hand right behind it, and Marcus Browne will take a knee.
Still lots of time left in this round, Corey.
You all right? Lift up your hands, show me you're all right. Box.
One minute and change is an eternity for the only world champion in boxing with a 100% knockout ratio. Let's see if Marcus Browne can hang on.
And Corey, to point some note, as I talked, as we mentioned earlier, Beterbiev isn't just an aggressive, tough fighter. He's skilled and smart. You see him make those small side steps to the right of Marcus Browne to take away the left hand when he has Marcus Browne on the ropes and dig those shots to the body. He's a very, very smart fighter, just like he did right there, and scoops that right hook, or that specialty shot into the gloves.
Let him go, Marcus. Let him go. Step back, Marcus. Let him go.
Still trying to recover. Beterbiev, you see Browne just stationary. Beterbiev's able to turn him. He's able to get different angles. 10 seconds remaining here in round 7.
Even with the blood flowing, you got to give so much credit to the champion, Artur Beterbiev. He's creating these angles. He's using Marcus Browne's body to push him and sidestep him. And he's been doing it for a couple rounds, mixing up body and head. That was a beautiful left hook to the body, which brought the hands down.
Right, no punches. No punches. Watch your head, Marcus. Get your head out of there.
To land that straight right hand that put him to the canvas.
Center of the ring now. I think he's realized that there is no way for him to win this fight standing along the ropes.
Well, I don't think it's going to do him any favors to stand there and trade with Beterbiev in the center of the ring either. The best thing for him, like he did earlier, when he was moving, boxing, jabbing, standing in front of a guy like Artur Beterbiev is not a good idea, and it's showing here tonight.
And at this point, though, it may not be about what Marcus Browne should be doing. What is he able to do right now when you're hurt, when you're tired, when you've had a physically strong and imposing fighter like Beterbiev all over you all night? Are you capable of moving around on the back foot, or is this just what Marcus Browne has left?
Well, if you're going to be a world champion, you better be capable, but I think that this is possibly what he has left. He's had ate a lot of big shots, and like I said earlier, Corey, just the constant pressure and the threat of Beterbiev is enough to drain him.
Tries to rip a right hook there. Was caught by the forearm of Beterbiev, who just slowly walks around back into the corner. Physical strength of Beterbiev. Yeah, this is an amateur heavyweight. This is a guy who was boxing Alexander Usyk in the Olympics. This is a guy who, yeah, he makes 175, and he's not tall, so we don't think of him as a big light heavyweight, but he is a lot to deal with physically.
Absolutely. Again, 16-0 with 16 knockouts. You know he's got some strength and some power.
Good shot there from Marcus Browne.
Come on, Beterbiev!
Left hand down the middle from the challenger.
Another good right hand from Beterbiev. Corey, with both men land shots, you gotta see it yourself. It just seems like Beterbiev has so much more power and so much more strength behind his punches than Marcus Browne does.
That said, you do have to hand it to Marcus Browne, who spent a lot more time in the center of the ring and trying to move. You know that photo that goes viral every once in a while of that fight from the...
Tony Weeks?
Well, that one, but the one from Vancouver from the early 1900s of the boxer was covered in blood and the referee.
Oh yeah,
This is starting to look like that one. Round 9 begins. And again, to Marcus Browne's credit, he's hurt, but he's trying to make adjustments. But now he might really be hurt with Beterbiev all over him.
Oh,
and down he goes after a hard left uppercut.
4, 5, 6.
How much more can Marcus Browne take?
8, 9, 10.
You know, Corey, I'd love to see the replay. I don't know if it was a left hook uppercut to the body. 17-0, 17 knockouts. Let's see if we can see it here. Was it a body shot or the head shot that got him?
Left hook to the body.
It was a body shot, delayed reaction.
Absolutely.
Liver shot did it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this contest by knockout at 46 seconds of round number 9, 17 for 17, and still WBC and IBF light heavyweight champion of the world, Artur